All right, so you guys also have a big show coming up at the Belly Up. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're playing with Darren Greatlead.
It's a Wednesday, August 21st. Come to the
Wednesday,
show.
August
We wanna see you all.
21st.
Yeah, I think people think we're a reggae band because a couple of us have dreadlocks and we smoke a lot of weed.
Kind of just got ants in our pants and we're like, we need to like do something. And then, you know.
And here we are.
Yeah.
I write the songs that make the whole world sing.
Welcome back to Songwriters Showcase. I'm your host, TJ Moss, and it is a pleasure to be here today with, we got a hybrid episode. We got Riley in studio. We got David in Eastern Canada.
Yeah, Quebec.
This is 30 minutes late.
Half hour late.
Half hour late, my God.
Hey, don't worry. Everyone gets a pass. Everyone gets a pass.
Oh man, I should probably know the name of your band.
No. It's okay.
Okay.
It's really easy to get that one mixed up. It happens.
I was very literal on that one.
It's up to you, man. If for some reason, very different writing, but everybody gets confused. I guess it's because there's something relatable.
Oh my God, that's so good.
No, you're all good, man.
Okay, half hour late. You were 4 minutes early, so that was my joke that I was getting ahead of myself with.
Proud of myself for that one.
So Riley, David, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. So tell us, first of all, you're in Canada, which is where you're from, yes?
Yes, I'm tuning in currently from small mountain town called Saint-Sauveur in Quebec, the French part of Canada where I grew up, yeah.
Beautiful. So you're just visiting home?
Yep, currently. My grandma actually turned 80 years old yesterday, so decided to make I always like surprising my family, so my move is I don't tell anyone, I just show up. And
so romantic.
So yeah, I'm a romantic.
Yeah. Very cool.
So, yeah, just here for a few days in between shows and.
Have you surprised them yet?
Yeah. Yesterday I pulled up to the party and it was awesome.
Oh, nice.
We nailed the surprise for sure.
That's awesome. Nobody knew?
No, he
Nobody
kept it
knew.
a secret.
I usually always tell one
person,
because
yeah.
I need someone to pick me up at the airport. But since we drove this time, I found a way to find the address and time of the party. And,
What a guy.
I didn't have to tell anyone. So it was
guy's crazy.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah.
You're gonna that's the kind of thing legends are made of right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It makes it special for sure.
for
a
sure.
special memory.
That's a long way to go for a birthday
man.
party. All right.
yeah.
So David, you are from Quebec, yes?
Yep.
And Riley, you're from right here in Ocean Beach, yeah?
Yep. Right down the 5. Me and my brother are both born and raised.
Born and raised OB.
Yep.
That's a
Obetians.
vibe, man.
Yeah, it's a rare breed nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have left. There's proof. You have come to at least Carlsbad.
There's proof. There's a paper trail for sure.
Well, we're glad you're here, guys. David, are you the primary songwriter of the band?
No, actually, it's one of the thing that's really awesome about Half Hour Late is the very collaborative aspect of everything that we do. And, some songs are written or led by one person, but ultimately the result, all the songs that come out, we really work collaboratively, whether it's on the words or the music that comes with it. So yeah, I write some of the song, Riley writes some of the songs, Casey does, and some we all write all of us together. So
That a true collaboration.
It really depends on the tune.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's some songs that, all 4 of us will kind of be like leading the charge on, and then some of us, a lot of the times it's either Dave will bring us something or my brother and I will bring, vice versa. Ultimately, like Dave was saying at the end, it's a finished product by all of us.
Yeah.
Things are added, subtracted, whatever, and you got to be open to that
That's a band.
collaboration.
That's a band collaboration right there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So the whole vision comes together as a collective unit.
Yep, exactly. Our music, something special too, because I don't know, all the previous musical projects I've done, I was kind of more so bringing song on the table and then singing the songs and everything but a lot of songs that I end up singing even sometimes are written completely by Casey or by Riley, and I've not touched some of the words even sometimes. So it's really cool we give little gifts like that to each other every now and then.
That's very refreshing as a songwriter. It's really nice to hear that.
So awesome.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together as a band?
It's coming up on basically the anniversary of our first show, which was in September of 20.
This was 2021. We did our first show, so we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary of of performing.
But I'd say
together as a band.
like it's like almost 4 years as like a group that was hanging out doing music
since the
together
birth.
since the pot started getting stirred.
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and then it kind of grew from there. Actually, Dave and I met Dave in the middle of COVID, and I was doing kind of some video work at the time, and I ended up helping him do some outdoor music videos and stuff. After that, we were hanging out, and there was a drum set there. I ended up hopping on, and Dave like stops after we played for like 30 seconds. He's like, "You know how to play drums, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," but I hadn't played. You know, I hadn't
pretty
played.
surprised about it.
I hadn't.
It was kind of unspoken.
I hadn't played in years. You know, since I was probably 10 years old. So pretty much when we started this band was when I was like started taking the drums more seriously.
Okay, you just jump back in.
Yeah, I mean, but my dad has been an influence for music, blues, rock, soul, funk, all that stuff. He was in blues bands my whole life growing up, so I was always around that. And
Very cool.
So it wasn't
Going to shows and
yeah, it wasn't a completely foreign concept to me
To be in a band.
Music. It was second nature.
yeah, and he was playing like locally when you were growing up.
Carl is a legend. Carl is a San Diego legend, and he plays a bunch with us too.
Yeah,
on
he still
stage.
has a band right now
Okay,
too. Like
what's his band?
Zavala Soul.
Zavala
yeah.
Soul.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of originals. He's still writing songs. You know, these guys
Yes.
rip. You know,
Yeah.
if you need a blues artist,
Zavala Soul.
Zavala
and he
Soul.
plays what instrument?
he switches between like. Honestly, like
Plays it all.
he does bass,
He does it
guitar, and harmonica, but I'd say harmonica is his strong suit. He's one of the
That's what we love.
rips.
We featured him on
Yeah.
some of our song, and he comes and jam on stage.
Yeah,
with us.
if
He's
you listen to-
really-
if you
he's
listen to,
a
like-
killer harp player.
Yeah.
If you listen to like Personality, and also I don't know if we put it on Half Hour Late for Christmas, but he's on there on the slide guitar too. But Personality has some of that harmonica, and we have songs that we play live that we always, we'll have them up, and
Yeah.
we always want them to play with us.
So you live in OB as well, Dave?
Yeah. I've been living in OB since 2020. I first came in 2016, but in 2020 is when I moved and is when I met all the boys. And kind of, as Riley was explaining, like that's kind of where Half Hour Late first sparked to and got its name was that summer of COVID. when
So it all
we
kind of
met.
happened organically there.
Oh, very organically.
Yeah.
We had a buddy. We actually had a friend, Shane, and actually my brother is out in Kauai right now. We got everyone everywhere right now, but he's out in Kauai he was one of the original founding members along
With
with
Shane, yeah.
David and I. He was almost the primary songwriter at that point, and Dave and I were kind of the people going like, what if this, what if that? I couldn't tell you a specific timeline, but at one point we moved to Kauai together. I came back, he stayed. Hiatus on Half Hour Late for like 8 months or so, and then kind of just got ants in our pants and we're like, we need to like do something, and then
And here we are.
yeah, and then here we are.
It was Half Hour Late really was birthed out of
a shed.
meeting and hanging out. Got introduced to the boys through my partner Sam, and she introduced me. She was friends with them. I'd been doing music for a long time, and so is Casey, the bass player, Riley's brother. And that summer we were just hanging out. Literally, Riley mentioned we filmed some music video in the mountains, and then we were coming back, hanging out in OB. And Shane, our good friend, was staying out of a shed in the backyard.
Living
It was
with
the
like
most-
5 girls or
most
something.
Typical college house
Yes.
you could imagine,
Yes.
and it was just the summer of COVID and summer of hanging out. Nobody had a job, and we were just hanging out in his shed all day and shooting the shit, writing
Everyone
some
was
tunes,
sponsored by
and
the U.S. government.
It was awesome, and yeah, the boys eventually that was just kind of precise timeline in the summer of 2020, and we worked on Half Hour for maybe a month and a half and came up with. Shane found our name, and then we wrote the first tunes, and then the boys moved to Kauai. Shane never came back, and Riley ended up back, but it took almost a year for us to actually. The project just sat on the couch for a little bit, and then a year later we came back together and ultimately joined forces and started playing shows, and it took off really quick for us, and I don't know, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty grateful for it.
We had a friend playing guitar, but Zach, our guitarist, he was a good friend of Casey's, and then subsequently myself through climbing and just being outdoors and van life and all this stuff. But we also jammed together because he lived right down the road at the house that we all lived to hang out at. He was living there, and he had the jam space in the garage. Before even any of this, we were all jamming in the garage, and that chemistry was already brewing, between, musically. So when it came to needing a guitarist for like our first show, we had a guy, he left. And then just while he left, we got the opportunity for a show. We were like, Zach, you know us, we know you. Come on, let's make this happen. Yeah, exactly. So Zach came aboard.
And now Zach's the guy.
Yeah, Zach's the guy. We like to call him Jerry Stillwater. His last name is Zach Stillwater, but he's our Grateful Dead dictionary. Gotcha. Anything you need to know.
Very good. It's good to have one of those if you're in an OB band.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's also what's cool is like all the influences totally just get put in that melting pot and just like stirred up, and you hear it in the tunes.
Well, obviously there's a reggae vibe.
Honestly, I could tell you personally, none. I don't get.
No influence.
It's funny. I wouldn't say none. I just think that it's always funny because I think people think we're a reggae band because a couple of us have dreadlocks and we smoke a lot of weed.
Sure.
One song that's like very our most.
It's very on the nose. But
it's very. But I mean, there's definitely some influence in there. But I feel like.
I think just being by the beach just gets it just gets into the microphones or something, and totally. it just seeps in there, and you just end up having this sound that kind of sounds like that.
So would you say more jam band then? Like,
I mean, lately we've been going in this direction of like we've been loving our country tunes and stuff.
Okay.
So, but all this is like with like I said that by the beach kind of feel. But our next album that's about to come out, we're releasing a few singles first, but our album that's about to come out it's not that country sound that I was talking about, but it's definitely the same but different than the first album.
Okay.
It's just new stuff that we've been playing with, and
established sound, new songs.
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of Half Hour Late, trying to describe us gets really hard because there's not like only one contributor. There's not only one songwriter. It's kind of, as Riley mentioned, like a big melting pot of everybody's ideas, influences, and sound. So, I mean, we have tried even to not like tie ourselves up to one style of genre. We just kind of free flow to it. And I guess you can call us a jam rock band because there's not really
it'd be easier to answer the question like if you went through every single one of the songs and were like, what were the influences for this? That would be an even easier question than me trying to describe what type of music we play.
I don't like putting anybody in a box anyway. It's more like to me it's more like a puff pass.
Yeah. There, it's actually a lyric in one of our songs.
So very cool. Well, all right, so you guys also have a big show coming up at the Belly Up. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're playing with Darren Grayley, Dave.
Oh,
yeah,
those guys are so much fun.
Oh man,
man, the fellow Canadian brothers.
Yes,
who are actually they're in Canada too. They're just on the other coast right now, but they're coming back from their tour and they asked us to play with them. And, we've been actually kind of really eager to play Belly Up over the last few years. We've talked and exchanged emails with the Belly Up. And, of course, we had to do it on their 50th anniversary. So we're just super pumped to jump on that stage. And Belly Up's actually one of the, I don't know, Riley, I'm sure you've been there a ton. And
I actually have never been there. I didn't.
I've first time is playing it.
Yeah, no.
Let's go.
Yeah,
you know what? That's what's fun about being my first band and ever is that most of these venues, the first time I'm going to them is I'm playing them. Yeah, especially when I was a little bit, a couple years ago when we were really first starting out. I'm like, oh, I've never been here. Yeah, this is sick.
It's one of the best. Yeah, it's absolutely one of the best.
It's my first time too there. I mean, there's a few venues in San Diego that I've held off to go and watch a show there. I'm like, let's go, we gotta play because I just love experiencing it on stage.
There's
Yeah.
nothing like it.
Kind of a special.
Yeah, the sound is incredible. The whole energy is just, it's always electric there. It's just
man.
amazing.
Yeah,
So it's a Wednesday, August 21st. Come to the
Wednesday,
show.
August
We wanna see you all.
21st.
Yes. Yes.
With Darren Greatly,
Yep.
friends of
Yeah,
the show.
with the boys.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Then they're such a vibe. They're, you know, straight. They got those harmonies. They got the Eagles harmonies.
Oh,
and
they're
stuff.
yeah, they got that
we
going on.
Yeah.
Those brothers.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your fresh outlook, your vibe, everything about it is just, I'm rooting for you. I'm really excited for you.
Thanks, man.
And so thanks for coming on the show. Half hour late. Where can they find you? The people?
Everywhere.
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 Man.
And
Half Hour
they're-
Late everywhere. halfhourlate.com is our website.
Okay.
And we're on, according to our distributor, we're on every streaming platform that exists under Half Hour Late.
Half Hour Late.
And Instagram, Half Hour Late.
All of it.
yeah, we're-
Just
YouTube,
find
yeah,
it.
it's super super
YouTube.
easy. There's no crazy numbers or letters in it. It's just half hour late. Just,
Check out
just
those
like
videos.
that.
They're super entertaining.
Yeah, if you want to check
High
that
quality.
out on YouTube, definitely will provide you for some entertainment for at least an hour or so.
Yeah, and we wanna. This is something we actually were just kind of discussing before our leaving for our trips. We're trying to like get into a video phase. We've been like, you know, it's hard being a startup independent band. You work, you got so many things to work on, and sometimes, well, you get on phases where we've been playing a lot of shows, and we're after this kind of little stretch of the summer with the belly up and this little Quebec run we're doing. We're gonna come play shows out here. We're gonna have like a winter where we're gonna try to bump up a bunch of fresh video content to accompany that music that we're about to put out. You know,
And
so we're
yeah,
excited to share
exactly.
that with everyone.
Exactly. We have tons of songs that are, you know, kind of just never, they've been played, but they haven't been, you know, you can't just go on the internet and find them. Even a video, you can't find like a lot of the songs that we just play from the shows, you know, because there's so much, it's like, you know, we're trying to keep up with ourselves in terms of releasing this music because we're like, we need to write another one. Wait, but these are still here. And it's, you know, we have to,
never ends.
yeah, you have to kind of like take it one step at a time. Okay, we're working on this and this and this and this, and then let's go back down and work on the, you know, it can get daunting. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, thanks again for coming on the show, and best of luck with everything. Wednesday, what's the date again for Belly Up?
August 21st.
August 21st, coming up.
Yeah.
Okay,
coming
very
up.
exciting.
Yeah, man. As soon as we're back in town, we're at the belly up.
All right. Well, hey, half hour late. Thanks again, and we'll be keeping our eyes on you.
No problem.
Thank you, TJ.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thanks for
and
having us.
we'll see you next time on Songwriters Showcase.